Yo, what's up guys? So today we're going to be having a discussion video on this new card that a lot of people are saying is absolutely amazing. It's OP, it's broken, and then there's a lot of people saying this card's overhyped. No one's going to be even using this, but I still think it's a pretty cool card, and that card is Lightning Storm. This card has an insane effect. Well, it's actually two different effects. It's basically like a Raigeki plus a Harpies Feather Duster. But anyways, let's go and check it out. So Lightning Storm says you can only activate a card with this card's name once per turn. It says first effect, if you control no face-up cards, activate one of these effects. Destroy all attack-based monsters your opponent controls, or destroy all spells and traps your opponent controls. I mean, it's a real simple effect. It's really good against some of those matchups that would like to cheese, let's say, for example. They like to have a bunch of back row. So maybe some of those troll decks that you usually side deck those Unending Nightmares for. This could be excellent. Just activate this, you're good to go. But Unending Nightmare pretty much does the job as well. But I think this card is very good for this effect of getting rid of all the spells and traps in the side deck. Obviously, this effect to destroy all attackers and monsters your opponent controls is great. I mean, it gets rid of all link monsters because they can't move into defense. The downside is, yeah, I understand, versus like Raigeki gets rid of everything, but for the most part it does pretty much the same job, and then has that extra utility of if you need to use it for that other thing, you can go ahead and utilize it for that. Now, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh decks do like to go first, so it does allow you to go ahead and potentially go second, getting rid of your opponent's board, or just forcing them to activate that activation of Crescendo, or maybe let's say Hot Red Dragon Archery. It just forces them to do something against it, and again, that's where this card becomes very viable. Now, as far as it being OP, I mean, if you were to tell me like a year ago that this card was coming out, or maybe like 2 years ago, I would have said, wow, this card is OP. You know, obviously when it comes out in Ignition Assault, we're gonna have 3 copies of it, and you know, I think everyone would main deck 3 copies a couple years ago. But if you look at how Yu-Gi-Oh has gotten now, a lot of times it's just turn 1, go absolutely ham. Whereas you can utilize a lot of times Mind Control and almost get the same value, because your opponent's just gonna go ahead and say, oh, you're getting rid of my one monster that can negate anything. Oh, I'm just gonna go ahead and negate that. But again, I like it for this ability. I think some people are forgetting, like, you know, a lot of times we just don't have the room to main deck those copies of Twin Twisters, depending on what deck you're playing up against. And I know it doesn't really establish a board turn 1, but I still think it's an okay card to even main deck maybe just 1 copy of. But I think it's definitely going to be seeing some play in the side deck, especially against certain matchups that like to set, again, a lot of back row. And if you're playing a deck that forces your opponent to go for 1 negation, you can go ahead and follow up with a Lightning Storm, and it can be a very good card. But I'm really curious to know how my community feels about this. Is the card trash? Because I heard some people say this card's trash and no one's using it. I don't think it's trash at all. Is it broken and OP? I would say it's very, very strong, but I wouldn't say it's broken and OP, because one, your opponent needs to establish a bunch of, you know, back row, which most decks don't really do unless you're playing, like, you know, some variants of like anti-meta, and most of the back row is just like, activate this card, it's continuous, it searches out another card, like Tenki or something. I know we're getting a lot of more continuous cards, especially with the Dream Mirror support. Although the new Dream Mirror support is going to force you to actually have a face-up card on your board, even though your opponent is activating. So I don't know how viable this would be against that. What I'm trying to say is there are a bunch of different archetypes that will have lingering cards on the board, and most of the time it doesn't really matter if you're popping them at the end of the day. But again, I understand, again, side deck, this card has a lot of potential. But anyways, the next thing I wanted to mention as far as Yu-Gi-Oh news goes, but like I said, this is the card I really want you guys to talk about down below in the comment section below, because again, it's kind of half and half. But next up, I want to mention that there is going to be new Judai and Yusei cards over here. So it says everyone's favorite hero in Synchro. So this is the new artwork of the new elemental hero Sunriser, which we don't know the effects of it yet, but if you're new to the channel here and you do want to see that, as soon as it comes out, guys, which hopefully will be within the next couple days, I'll give you guys that effect. And there's also going to be a new Satellite Warrior. So we're getting new Synchro and new hero. I'm really curious about the heroes, because I've been actually recently playing a lot of Dark Lock variant decks, because of course the new God Phoenix Gearfried, it's really easy just to go ahead and throw it out. But if this card can combo with a deck, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Maybe it'll be short print too, Kappa. But anyways, next up, this is coming from more news from the New York Comic Con. This is basically going over the release dates of a bunch of the newer Yu-Gi-Oh products. So this is for speed duels. I don't really cover it on my channel too much, but for the people that are interested in it, Trials of the Kingdom does release on December 6th, and then on November 22nd, the Mystic Fighters. Looks like we got the Dragon Maids coming out finally in the TCG, and that's basically just a guard drag deck. And also, we have the Chaos Impact Special Edition, that's December 6th, and then Legendary Duelist Magic Hero releases on January 17th of 2020. And then this is just other cool Yu-Gi-Oh news that I just want to go over really quick. This is artwork from the New York Art Show. It's showing off Yu-Gi over here, then We've got another artwork over here, and I believe this one's Kaiba, and I like this one the most. This one we'll zoom up on. This is Blackluster Soldier. This looks really cool. I would love to actually have maybe like a print of this in the background for videos. I think that would look really cool. I don't know if they're actually selling these. Maybe I'll just go ahead and just blow up the picture, and we'll go ahead and have one in the background that way, Kappa. But there's another Blue Eyes. I think this one looks really, oh gosh, that's too zoomed in. But I think this one looks cool. You can even see they even made a dot for the Blue Eyes over there. Cool stuff. And then this one, I'm in love with doing. I think that's like a cyber card. I think it's supposed to be Alexis. That is Joey's sister, right? I don't know about that face, man. But nonetheless, the other artwork looks cool. Specifically the Blackluster Soldier. Let me know, guys, down below which one is your favorite. Like I said, I'm thinking about printing out this one. But we'll have to, like, you know, edit it and stuff. Maybe someone will upload like a better picture on it. But nonetheless, let me know your thoughts on Lightning Storm down below. Really, really cool card indeed. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you did, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel here, hit the subscribe button, turn on that bell. And if you guys want to see gameplay of this, I'll probably end up just main decking 3 copies of this card, the Lightning Storm, and we'll see how it goes. But I can see this card making people instantly salty. But at the end of the day, right, if they go ahead and establish a huge board, I mean, you could Nibiru them, you could do so much more now, you Dark Ruler no more. I just feel like this card, as far as just popping the monsters, it might not be utilized for that, but I definitely see myself side decking it for the ability to pop all the spells and traps. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a good one. I'm signing out. Peace.